Okay. I think this has started. There we go. All right. So I'm trying this for a second time. Let's see if I get it to work right. There we go. All right. I think I can even see what you guys say. So a few days ago, I saw Dave Wood painting this elf right here. Hey, how you doing, Mick? This is my third try at making this work, so I'm glad to see you're here. I saw Mick, not Mick, Dave Wood doing this guy right here, and one of the things that I noticed was, thanks, man, that I see these Ralpartha elves with different names often in the group, so it makes me wonder, because I swear that I bought all my elves in a group together. Let me see if this particular view is better. What do you think, Mitch? If I do, there you go. I think that might be better. Like that. Yeah, that looks better for people to see. So all these that you're going to see now, I painted when I was a kid. I got them in the mid to late 80s. I don't remember. I don't know what the fabrication dates for these guys are. I remember ordering them out of a paper catalog and waiting forever for these guys to come in the mail so I can finally get them and use them in our D&D game, because I always had an elf as a character. And when I say an elf, we didn't have the art classes were not all the different classes you have nowadays. It was elf, dwarf, fighter, magic user, and thief. And so I was elf. But it just, I could swear that these elves all came in the same set. Just like this guy I've seen in our group, and they say he's a cleric, but I got him in with all these other elves. All right, here. I got him with all the other elves, and I paid him as an elf. And you'll notice that they have white for skin, and that's because in the basic Dungeons & Dragons rulebook, it described the elves to have very pale or alabaster skin, and they had silver or golden hair. So I would use silver or gold to paint the hairs on these guys, right? And that's why they look this way. And I kind of, for me, that's just the way they should be. It's the childhood, it's that nostalgia thing. There's a lot of that going on right now. This is another one that came in the same group. I think I've seen somebody post this guy maybe once in all the time I've been in the group. I think this will be better. There you go. Yeah. Right? So, whoops. I got a lot of stuff on my desk, and you all know how that is. And I love these guys. So I also remember that in the description, it would say that these elves would have reds and blues and yellows. So that's why I went with this color scheme. And so I painted all these guys to match that color scheme. I've seen this guy on the Iron Winds medal as a type of bodyguard, I think. Right? And so I painted him again to match the scheme. And then these all came together for me. This is one of my favorite bowmen, Alvin Bowman. And here I went with the yellow hair, not so much gold. This guy, for me, this guy's Legolas, in my opinion. He just reminds me of Legolas. That one was part of a 4-piece set, personalities. Mark, I missed it. I always paint my elves with very pale skin as well. Yeah, yeah. Is this the one that you said came in personalities, Mark? Because I missed the post when you said it. Or is it the previous one? And then, but I got these all together at the same time. I could swear that I bought them all together. I love her. She came again with them, and I went with this group. She's got the silver hair. My cleric. Oh, personalities. So, yeah, and I've seen it said as a cleric, but I could swear that that was an elf. But, you know, I probably, maybe I'm just remembering wrong. So she, you know, I've seen her on the Iron Wind medals, and I just love the Ralpartha elves with the silver hair and stuff. I thought, and you can see I based them. So back when we were kids, my friend's dad owned a business that is gone now. He was, wait a minute, am I not in camera? Oh, I'm not. Let me switch that. I thought I was in camera. Sorry, guys. There we go. My goodness. So yeah, I think we missed, I got my cleric. Again, this is the one that David Wood was painting the other day, which got me started on wanting to do this video about these elves. I got them all at the same time together. Let me make sure the focus works. All right, there you go. I don't know why I gave her red eyes, but I did, or him. And then this guy, again, was I've seen posted as a bodyguard. I just love these guys. I loved elves back then. This is the one I said that was my Legolas. I think, you know, and the colors. And even as a kid, I was hesitant to put that baby blue on this guy, but I just thought that that's what he needed. And then I went ahead and did that with the spearmen as well. And they're kind of androgynous. So this one, I think, is a female elf. And it really doesn't matter. And then, of course, this I've seen posted as a thief, but I had as an elf. Yeah, it is an elf. He came with 3 other elf personalities. Wow. So maybe I just bought all the sets at the same time. I saved my money up, sent it away, and just, you know, looked in the mail every day for these guys to come back then. And then again, this guy, I went a different way with him. Again, he's got the yellow hair. I didn't go gold or silver on him, but again with the pale skin. These guys, so his dad owned a photo lab, and this is the mounting paper that they would mount the photos on for people when they did jobs. And so we took that and put that on the guillotine and cut 1-inch squares to use in battle system, and of course for Dungeons and Dragons. That's what the main game that we would play back then was Dungeons and Dragons basic set. In the basic set, you know, they had gold hair, silver hair, pale to alabaster skin. I remember dark and blues, and I'm probably gonna go. I should have looked at the rule book before I came on, but I remember the reason I went with dark reds and blues was because they said they had reds and a lot of reds and blues in there. That's my memory. And then this guy, who I never liked as a kid, right? And now, as an adult playing Dungeons and Dragons, if I make an elf, this is my go-to character. And I like Dungeons and Dragons elves. I like when I play an elf, they're like 4 feet tall and under. I don't go with Tolkien 7-foot tall elves. We used to play with ice in the ice games, right? If anybody's ever played the Tolkien games. And then, of course, to continue the red and black theme, I have this the guy with the war horn, and of course, the guy with a halberd. These 3, you know, go together. I've seen them together on Iron Wind medals, and there was a chick and a bard in the same set. So that's not the set that I have. When I bought these from Ralpartha, this is what I got. This is what you see here in Elf is what I got. And that's why it's interesting to me every time I see the reference. Not only did I have these guys that came in, I swear that for me in my memory, They came in one set, but I have, what ended up being, it was weird because I was determined that the guy I'm about to show you now was my main D&D character, right? But, how often could I ride a horse in a dungeon? So this guy came with this set of elves that I bought. And I love this guy. This is the first mini I have ever painted, ever, right here. And I still have his spear. And this is the spear that he came with back in mid to late 80s, right? I see that on Ironwind Metals they have the fat spear made out of, I think they use aluminum now. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, this is the spear that came with this mini, and I'm in the process of, I mounted him on this plastic mount maybe a few months ago, because all of these guys were on this paper cardboard stuff. And I was debating on whether or not I would repaint them, but I'm not going to repaint them. I think the most I will do is dust them, make sure they're clean, seal them up, even though this is all oil-based paint, and they look fine to me. I mean, they're not too bad for, 30, 40-year-old paint jobs. They got color on them. I'm going to seal them up, and I'm probably going to base them on the 22-inch round plastic bases later, just so that they match everybody else, and that'll be it. And then if I want to attempt to repaint these guys, I'll just buy a new one off of Ironwind Metals, because they still have them, and it's just freaking awesome. So those are the elves. I'm really happy you had that information about them. I wonder for you guys if any of these were in groups. Like I've seen them again on the internet. Like these guys are in a group, I think, and this one. And maybe the reason I painted them separate colors was because they might have been in different groups. I don't even know if I finished my thought on this guy, but yeah, this is the elf I use in all my D&D games, if I'm an elf. So that's what I got there. And then you might be interested, since this is old school minis, I'm done with the elves. Oh, I've seen this one posted as an elf. Have you guys seen this posted as an elf? I could swear she was a female type barbarian or berserker, and I swear I remember her coming when I got her with this guy. And so I kind of always paired them up in my mind. These were like a couple. If you watch Vikings now, maybe this is Ragnar and this is what's Ragnar's? He is an elf, and it's a he. I don't know, but yeah. For me, this has always been a she. But yeah, and those are the elves that I have. If you want to see some other cool old stuff, I'll show you real quick. This guy here, I've not seen anybody post him. He's from Ralpartha. He had a sword, and I've bought Ironwind Metals was able to get me a sword, so I'll be able to fix him soon. And he came not only on foot, but I'll show you what else he came. His mounted version, yeah. And with the new Chaos Wars Tom Mayer elf figures, they created a new one with an axe based on that figure I was showing on, oh crap, which one? Damn it. I wish I knew which one you were talking about. Oh, this one. Well, check this out. This guy, he comes on foot and mounted on a buffalo. Again, these guys are all painted back in the 80s. These are all pewter fitted minis. I'm impressed that this lance is still in one piece. Again, I only mounted them on plastic maybe a couple months ago because I'm not going to repaint them. I'm going to seal them up, and I might just do flocking on the base, and that's it, just so that they have a base and have the proper spacing that they always deserved and never had. These were painted with Testors paints and oil-based Tamiya paints from back in the 80s. And that's this guy on foot and mounted on his buffalo. I would love to see if anybody else has this guy and see how he looks. I have not seen him in the group anywhere. And of course, I painted this guy. This guy was, well, let me put these guys back in here before they break and I have an attack, right? Always taking care of my elf buddies here. Put this where it would suck to lose that now, right? Put that over there. And then more recent you guys will remember I call him Mandrake. I think that's his name. This is from the challenge we had a couple Christmases ago, I think it was, or a couple years ago. And this is, I wanted to keep one original, and then I got these from Mick, I think. Mick is the one that sent them to me. And then I modified this guy to have a longer beard and the evil staff with the skull. And I think I just like it. With the skull in the back. I forgot I put that there. So, and then one mini that you all hated. You hated him so much you loved him. I posted him a while back. I have not seen anybody else post this wizard from TSR. Oh, did I lose his finger? No, it's there, sort of. This is, he's like right out of a Flash Gordon episode. And I remember posting him when I first joined the group because he was just so terrible. But in my youth, that was the paint job he deserved. Black with silver trim and his red cowl and cape. And he's just the bad guy, just the evil wizard. It's the way they made him. They made him evil. And he's great. And so, yeah, these are the old TSR. I think I'm missing the gnome. I don't know what happened to my gnome out of this set. I lost him. But, and then this was my favorite wizard mini to use as a player character because he just seemed like almost like a hippie wizard. Just cool, chill wizard. Don't mess with him or he'll zap you, right? Love these guys. Love these guys and their battle system. These guys have seen giant wars to just from B1 to the demon web pits. You know, they've seen it all. And those are some of my miniatures that I wanted to share with you guys live. I'm really happy you had some information for me on their origins. And I'm just going to keep painting. You know what sucks for me is the situation we're in. I don't have time still to paint like I want to because, fortunately for me, I have a job still, even though, you know. But yeah, this is it, guys. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming by, and I'm looking forward to seeing more minis from you guys. Let me see if I can get a better focus. Yeah, I have it focused up here normally, because I'm usually holding my minis up there. So these are all my minis. My little elf guys. They were starting to even mixed in with the new guys. That's the paladin I did a little while ago. And thanks. So I look forward to seeing videos from the rest of you. And if you want to see more videos from me while I'm painting and stuff, I mean, you can either catch me on Twitch, or if you'd rather do it here, I'm willing to jump because I just do this for fun for me. And if you enjoy it while I do it, then that's just better. So have a good night, guys, and stay safe. Thanks. Bye.